All right, Shalom, Israel. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, glory, and fear to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakadash. I also want to give double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone that taught us His truth, and peace and salutations to the Lord's hopeful elect scattered throughout the earth. All right, back at it through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. Just another, I guess this is gonna be my part 3. Atlanta is not your rest, Israel. All right, and the reason why I like to talk about Atlanta, of course, I live, down here. I've been in Georgia pretty much all my life, except when I was in the military. I lived all over Georgia, man. And my family, some of my family haven't lived outside of Atlanta. So I said out there to say this is my AO, all right. And you guys know how Atlanta is perceived to the rest of the world that ain't from down here. There's an obsession, dog it. There's an obsession with Atlanta and how our people think that this is some type of kingdom, some type of refuge. All right. The word Mecca is used a lot. They call it the Black Mecca. All right. And they came out with this documentary, freaknik. It was whack. I didn't even watch all of it. But again, it's just, I'm gonna just get some precepts and just talk about the stupidity of our people and how they're just obsessed with folly. And again, reiterating the fact that Atlanta is not your rest. Matter of fact, pursuant to prophecy, man, there's gonna be a great judgment to hit that great ATL, man. All right, you've seen a lot of storms and fires and earthquakes happen in California. We've seen, the same happen in New York. All right, New Orleans got hit up real bad with Katrina. Atlanta has yet to really see a huge judgment from Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai, and I know that it's coming, man. I can feel it, and it's because of all the wickedness that's running rampant in that place, man. I'm talking about wicked upon wicked. They having orgies on a Tuesday. All right, any Tuesday you can find yourself in an orgy, man. This whole freaknik thing that used to happen, man, it's just nothing but nonstop vanity partying. It's just insane at this point. It wasn't always like that, man, but it definitely got to that. So guess what? You better believe Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai got his scope on that place, and man, and a huge judgment is gonna take place here pretty soon in Atlanta, just like the major judgments that you see happening in those places that I mentioned. California and such. You see Chicago and what they got going on with all the killing that happens in Chicago. But again, Atlanta seemed to be kind of skating under the radar. You could take it down to Florida. They good for having hurricanes, man. All right, but you go back up to the big A. Hey, man, it seems like they just ducking the fade with all this sin and transgression that's going on, all this partying nonstop, and how this the Black Hollywood, this the Black Mecca, this is it. Everybody moving they so-called Black, Latino, Native American, and all the other nations as well. It's just flooding to Atlanta, man. All right, of course they go to Texas and Florida, but that whole Midwest thing, man, in the East Coast, people can't afford that rent up there, man. That's one reason why people are migrating to different locations, and a lot of people coming down south. I'm not gonna get into taking it back to slavery, because I could, and how predominantly our people are in the South and how we got here. That's another story for another day, man. But I just want to hit it again, man, since they came out with this freaknik documentary recently. Now I listened to this documentary, and it was not documentary, but this intro, it was great. But of course it got some music on it, and I can't play it all, but I play a little bit, and Lord willing it don't get copywritten, fair use. But I let it play, and then we'll get straight into those precepts, man.
Every generation has a moment where they come just to have some fun.
Atlanta is the mecca for Black people in America.
It has multiple historically Black colleges.
In the 80s,
we said, let's plan a picnic during spring break.
Let's call it freaknik.
Bam, and that's where I gotta leave it at, bro. All right, but you saw your boy 21 Savage. He a rapper, and again he used the word specifically Mecca. So I got the definition, all right, from old Webster, exactly what that word means, man, when they saying this is the Black Mecca, or the Mecca for Black people. All right, a place regarded as a center for a specified group, all right, activity or interest. And of course, being that he's calling it the Black Mecca, there it is, man. And the Israelites, the so-called blacks, Native Latinos, Latinos and Native Americans, man. All right. So they're saying that this place, Atlanta, all right, is a place, a center for the Israelites, which it is not. All right. And that's the whole point. It is not. And all right. And we're going to get straight into that because people are completely obsessed with this Atlanta stuff. You got your boy Tyler Perry, them built studios down here. And you know, a lot of movies in Hollywood are now produced, all right, filmed right in Atlanta, man. That's making it just even more puffed up. And people think this is like a Hollywood, the new Hollywood of this, which it is now, the Hollywood of the South, man. Do you know what type of vanity is oozing out of this place? And damn near everybody that's walking around Atlanta and driving around Atlanta, okay, it's absolutely insane, man. And I'm gonna bring some precepts out to cut it up, man. All right, through the spirit of power, Yahweh Shem Shah, because I'm absolutely sick of it. You know, we really from down here, buddy. You know, we really from down here in our captivity, mind you. Now, because I know, like through the spirit of power, Yahweh Shem Shah, and I'm gonna get that precept. This is not our rest, man. But this is where, you know, yeah, wherever the Lord had you in captivity, that's where the Lord had you in captivity. It just so happened the Lord had us in captivity in the GA. You know, and it is what it is. That's why I speak on this, because I seen it. You know, Atlanta go from, you know, I ain't number 35, man. So I was a kid when all that freaknik stuff was going on. But my relative, my uncle done, they used to be down there. They was college doing all that stuff down there. And I just seen it go from, you know, a very fun place, mind you. Now, make no mistake about it, man. Being that I'm from down here, oh man, especially in the 90s, oh man, speaking as a child that hadn't got woke up through the spirit of power, Yahweh Shem Shah, it was amazing, man. All right. And as far as Georgia is concerned, hey, Atlanta was the only place that you could see skyscrapers in our state, man, like that. I mean, you got Augusta, you know, and a couple of places got some big buildings and stuff like that, but it ain't nothing to what Atlanta had going on, especially in the 90s. That so deaf era, it was amazing. And you saw a lot of people that look like you. So I'm not gonna lie to you and act like it's not a certain feeling that you get being around your people. All right. But now, fast forward to 2024, it's not that good being around your people nowadays, considering they're all freaking possessed, is what it looked like with the they got the spirit of freaknik on them. When you see these girls hopping out cars and just twerking in the car, out the car, all throughout the earth, everywhere, the bus stop, all on TikTok, all these other social media websites and things, or now women are just gyrating, shaking their breasts, you know, shaking their butts, man. This is that whoredom ass spirit that's upon, you know, the Israelites. And guess what? I'm just prophesying. I'm just the messenger. The Lord gonna do something. He gonna put a stop to that shit. And guess what? Atlanta, hey, you up next. You best believe it. You watch the words that the Lord put in us, man, concerning the things that we say, man. And I'm speaking through the power of Yahweh Shema Shah. Atlanta is going to catch it, man. The Lord is letting all these people funnel in, especially the Israelite. Come on down here, guys. Come on. Yeah, y'all more than welcome to get your ass judged, man, because it's gonna happen. Y'all coming down here and ain't nobody serving that boy. Ain't nobody serving the Lord. That boy Eddie Long, if y'all remember, he fell off and had HIV. Come to find out, he was you know, playing with boys and stuff, man, up in that so-called, you know, house of God, you know, supposed to be a man of God. Let him tell it, and it got exposed. He was the furthest thing from that. What do you think is happening to all these other people? Ain't no righteousness in Atlanta except, you know, the men of Yahweh Shema Shah out there, you know, for sure. You know, we got brothers in Atlanta for sure, you know. That's it. You know, that's it. Every other aspect of Atlanta is just vanity, wickedness, and more wickedness, man. All right. So let's get into this. This is Micah chapter 2 and verse 10. All right. Arise ye and depart. Talking about the Hebrew Israelites, man. Get up and depart, for this is not your rest. All right, because it is polluted. It shall destroy you, even with a sword of destruction. And this whole, you know, rulership under this wicked man is what the Bible is going into right now. How, you know, this isn't our rest. We got a king coming and the kingdom coming. Okay. And Babylon the Great, for sure. This isn't our rest. But, you know, I'm talking specifically about Atlanta today through the Spirit. Guess what? Atlanta is not your rest. So you Hebrew Israelites, y'all need to arise and depart, for this is not your rest. Why? Because it is polluted, and that place is polluted, just like all the other major cities in Babylon the Great. They paint this facade like it's all, pretty, and you see the light show and all that stuff. Well, you take a look at what's happening in California over there in the big bad LA. Just found out it ain't nothing but a bunch of homelessness going on there. And guess what? It's the same thing in Atlanta. Still a bunch of crackheads running around. Yeah, certain part Buckhead. You go to Buckhead, you might see it look clean. You go to Lenox Mall and all that stuff. But hey, if you went to real A, and I'm not finna even get into what we call the A and what's Atlanta and all that stuff, but you go around, the real A, and you ain't gonna see nothing but some poverty, some crackheads, some young dudes that want to rob you in ski mask and all type of shit. All right, and you just see a whole bunch of people that don't look like us, man. Hey, man, that place is been infiltrated by a bunch of nations, man. Hamites in there real strong, Elamites in there real strong for sure. All right, I took my daughter to the aquarium, the Georgia Aquarium last year, and I'm telling you, I felt a little bit scared because it wasn't nothing but Elamites down there, bro. I didn't see a whole lot of people that look like us, man. Hey, that's the signs of the times, man. But again, everybody that's coming down there, if they not serving you how about your mouth shot, they gonna get caught up in judgment. Oh man, you just wait. Could you imagine what it's gonna be like during Jacob's trouble for these major cities, and Atlanta being one of them? All right, and a lot of people don't even know, where they at, being that they just moved down here. See, this, we've been down here, so we can, and I've lived all over Georgia, so I'm familiar with like the country, you know what I'm saying, and all that stuff, and the woods, and not just the city. These niggas some city boys, man, and some city girls. They don't know nothing about Georgia for real. It's just Atlanta, and half of these idiots don't even know Georgia even exists other than Atlanta. They know nothing about the GA, man, other than Atlanta, or these little surrounding areas that they call in Atlanta. You know what I mean? But again, arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest. We trying to prophesy through the spirit of power of Yahweh Bashem, our shot, Israel. All right, this is not your rest. We don't care how much fun, a place seems. Look at what happened to California, man. They used to be, hey, bro. I'm so in my captivity in Georgia. I ain't never been to California, New York, none of that. But I bet you I done stomped all over Atlanta. So again, I got the right, all right, to speak about this. You know what I mean? I ain't never even been to California. You feel me? I ain't never even been to New York, Chicago. I ain't been to none of these places. But I seen this Atlanta stuff. You know what I mean? And it's just out of control, man. All right. Let's get this next precept, Ecclesiastes chapter 10 and verse 6. Yes, folly is set in great dignity, all right, and the rich sit in low place. No, and the whole point being folly here in Babylon the Great is held in high regard. That goes into the word dignity, man. So a bunch of foolishness, the word folly goes into. So foolishness is held in high regard here in Babylon the Great, and especially a wicked ass city like Atlanta. Again, hey man, my favorite precepts, man. In matter of fact, let me bring it out. In Ecclesiastes 3 and verse 1, to everything there's a season and a time to every purpose under the sun. Again, we're prophesying, times are changing. This isn't the time to party. Once we get in this kingdom, you can party from sun up to sundown, man. All right. In righteousness, your children can. I don't care if I don't see my child for a week in the kingdom, man, because I know they're gonna be, safe. All right. I don't have to worry about that in the kingdom. Right now we do. So it ain't time for us to be living uncircumspect, playing around with our heads in the sky, man. All right. Looking crazy. All right. There's a time and a season to everything under the sun, and we're prophesying it is bad times coming. All right. And we can see the beginning stages of that via if we're watching, all right, all the madness that's happened upon the earth, plague, storms, earthquakes in diverse places, the type of spirit that's on, these individuals, seeing the downfall of this man Esau Edom in his kingdom, man, seeing his counterparts stressed out and bug out because they can't afford day-to-day they necessities like they used to in the 90s, man. All right, this is over with, man. Okay. Going to let's go to Exodus chapter verse 23. Exodus 20, chapter 23 and verse 2. Thou shalt not follow a multitude to do evil, neither shalt thou speak in a cause to decline after many to wresh judgment. Thou shalt not follow a multitude to do evil. All this play, all that freaknik stuff, man. That was a multitude doing evil. I really wanted to kind of, get into that, but I didn't want to get a copyright strike, man. But What do you think was going on during freaknik? All right, a whole bunch of whoredoms, and that's it. A whole bunch of folly playing, uh, overindulgence in the alcohol, drugs, sex, all right, gambling, partying, orgies, just all Roman type shit, man. That's what the ancient Romans was doing, and that's what Esau Edom do. That's his culture. That's what he do. Have orgies, and everybody, his women, out there, butt naked in the Daisy Dukes. And then you got our people during Freaknik in Atlanta doing the same shit, man. In the name of what? Again, in the name of having fun, man. And this being the Black Mecca, all right. And I'm just sick of hearing about it. I can't wait. Do you understand me? I can't wait till Yahweh by Hashem and Hawashah utterly destroys that place, man. All right. And he is, man, because it's wicked, bro. And I'm just lining stuff up through prophecy, man. And I'm waiting because I ain't seen no big judgment here in Atlanta. There was, I mean, you got that dude that was putting them children to sleep, all right, a while ago, a long time ago. And then you had, a couple things happen. And only thing I know is big judgment. There was a big storm that came through, a snowstorm that came through Atlanta a few years back. My auntie was in that out on the highway, had to leave her car because we not used to snow and stuff. But other than that, man, ain't no big storm really done tow up Atlanta. And ain't no tornado done went through downtown Atlanta like that, man. But hey, you just wait and you see what the Lord do, man. Again, he's funneling all these people down there, and if they ain't serving Yahweh Shema Shah, judgment awaits. Okay, let's see what we got here. 3, 4. Let's go to Deuteronomy chapter 23 and verse 17. Okay. And it reads, concerning their behavior of the daughters of Israel, okay, there shall be no whore of the daughters of Israel, nor a sodomite of the sons of Israel. Let's first and foremost, of course, that sodomite, what they say about the men in Atlanta, all right? And I'm not finna sit here and deny, but a lot of them niggas that participate in sodomy ain't even from the A. You know what I mean? They done moved down there from places y'all niggas from. You know what I mean? And they came down here, and they done built up to that. And it's so much of it. That's what people that's not from here know about Atlanta, is that there's a bunch of sodomy going on. And I ain't gonna lie, yeah, it's a lot of that going around. But ain't that a lot of that going around in California too? Oh, like them other places in Babylon the Great don't got a whole bunch of sodomy. This whole place is deal with sodomy, man. All right, Babylon the Great as a whole is just sodomy. All right. Matter of fact, Babylon the Great as a whole is just Sodom and Gomorrah reincarnated, man. The same type of behavior. All right. But going up, there shall be no whore of the daughters of Israel. Amen. This is a commandment, a law, a statute given to us by Yahweh Shema Shah concerning, how the daughters supposed to conduct themselves, not be whores when they're out there and during freaknik and just being free, just Atlanta period. It ain't even got to be freaknik to see some of that stuff. Hey, we go into New Orleans and how they do during Mardi Gras. It's the same type of behavior, which you can see what happened because of all that shit and the voodoo and the witchcraft they've been doing. That's why a huge reason I believe the Lord went on ahead and brought a little judgment to New Orleans, man, or Louisiana. All right, via Hurricane Katrina, man. How much more in 2024 when we're prophesying much destruction is gonna come to that place, Atlanta, because the daughters of Zion are whores, man. And it ain't just Atlanta, that's everywhere. But again, a lot of our people want to be in the mix in Atlanta, and it ain't nothing but a bunch of sodomy and a bunch of whores. All right, the Lord is telling us, man, it ain't supposed to be like that with our women, but they, man, when ain't nobody forcing them, to really do that. They bring them, they so-called black behinds here, and they do it themselves, man. Shit, they be willing. They get that alcohol in them, they get some drugs in them, and that music get to playing. They get to vibrating on that music, get in their subconscious, and all they know is woo and lift up their shirt or woo and shake their butts. It's kind of sick if you think about it. All right, like what's wrong with you? You got worms or something to keep bending over like that? All right. Moving on. Let's go to Proverbs. Got a few precepts today. Proverbs chapter 9 and verse 13. And it reads, a foolish woman is clamorous she is simple and knoweth nothing, man. All right, and that's our women, man. They are foolish, they're clamorous, very simple, and they knoweth nothing, man. And that's again in relation to a foolish woman, not a woman that has a bit of wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, about herself. Okay, it'd be foolish to be participating. Then you see when they was let me see if I can get it, when they was advertising the documentary about Freaknik, it was a bunch of women, coming out like they was scared, like this woman right here.
Did y'all see Hulu is about to release a documentary about 94 Freaknik? Yes. 1994 Freaknik. Yes. They are about to release a documentary. I've been to several Freakniks. 94 was one that I attended. So I'm just praying that Jesus be a fence. I'm praying that Jesus just be a big, tall privacy fence. That's my prayer. I will say this though.
Why would he do that for you? First of all, that's not our Lord's name. I'm not even getting that. Call out Malaki Hawashah. All right. But why would he do that when you wasn't, trying to cover your shame? You was out there getting video. See, because it wasn't like cell phones and stuff, and they had them big cameras and shit like that. So I guess they felt a little bit more freedom to do it because they didn't think that footage would ever come out. But I'm saying y'all wasn't being chased, wasn't being discreet. All right, y'all was out there wilding out. Why would Yahweh Shai protect you from the truth coming out? When the Lord said all things that's done in the light is done in the dark is gonna come to the light, man. And your whoredoms is a part of that revelation, man. All right, all these women coming on when the documentary was first coming out, just popping up. Let me tell you something, shouted. Let me tell you something, little old shouted. Don't nobody care. All right, about what you did in Freaknik, especially my generation, late 80s, baby. We don't care. We grew up teen clubbing and all that stuff when I was in the world, teen clubbing. And I guarantee you how we was up in there, how we was acting, give Freaknik 94 a run for your money. Nobody cares. She just wants some attention. And that's like the spirit that's on our women. If she was really, ashamed, why would she get on social media, put her face out there and talk about I was there. If she's really like ashamed about her behavior back then, she wasn't then, and she's not now. All right, she wants some attention. You could tell. See, she got, I don't know if she got contact. She probably looked pretty nice back in the day, but nobody cares, Eve. You know what I mean? Y'all just want some attention, and y'all was whores, and y'all was whores then, y'all was whores in the 80s, y'all was whores in the 70s, and y'all are now more than ever in so-called 2024. Y'all know what's going on with our women. Look at the music. All right, look at the music. Do I need to get into that? The music and what, the so-called industry is promoting, just whoredoms and witchcraft and, putting a woman above a man, beating the men down. And the men, I don't know what the hell they got going on. They're a bunch of weirdos. All right, moving on, man. Let's go to Ephesians. Ephesians chapter 5 and verse 5. All right, now concerning the men, all right, we just read that the Lord commanded the daughters not to be whores. Let's talk about the men. Ephesians 5 and 5. For this ye know that no whoremonger, all right, and I looked up, see, what a whore is, right? But let's look at that word monger, just in a regular definition, right? I got that. Yeah. Monger, denoting a dealer or trader in a specific commodity, and this happens to be whoremonger. So in the commodity of being a whore, so this would go into pimps, and not only pimps, niggas that throw money in the strip club, not only niggas that throw money in the strip club, niggas that walk around with cameras, all right, and cheering on our women to be whores and indulge in whore type behavior. All right, and it also says a person who promotes a specified activity, situation, or feeling. All right, especially one that is undesirable. And of course, amen, we know this is undesirable to Yahweh Shem Shai, this whoredom and this whoremonger shit. And our men are guilty of it, and the women are guilty of it, man. All right. Now, the Lord's hopeful elect, hey, we've been participating in all this type of stuff too. The difference between us and them, all right, is that we've come out of it through the spirit of power, Yahweh Shema Shai. We're still on the journey. We're still on the process, but we done turned, for the most part from all that wickedness, man. They haven't, man. So that's why I'm speaking on it and rebuking it through the spirit of power of Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai, man. For this, ye know that no whoremonger, nor unclean person, nor covetous man who is an idolater, have any inheritance in the kingdom of Hamashiach, Yahweh Shai, and Yahweh. All right, Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai. All right, so that means, hey man, y'all not gonna make it this go around because y'all not gonna come out of it, and the Lord's not gonna allow you to come out of it, man. All right, you're gonna get caught up in Jacob's trouble, and for you ones that don't perish during Jacob's trouble, hey, you gonna partake in that lake of fire via those nuclear missiles that's gonna hit this place, man, during World War III, man. All right. It is what it is, man. You got to come out of this. And if that woman, again, if she was really on some humility stuff, you could see the little smirk in her. She liked that. She was happy. She ready to see herself, in freaknik, man. She looked happy. She didn't look like she had a real fearful spirit, like, oh my gosh. Because again, you on social media, your family members, you got, if you have children, they'll probably see you. And anytime I freak, I'm talking about that little video that she made, bro. If she was really, she probably would just, did it a different way, She want to be seen. Our women don't, man. Oh, man, I can't wait till the Lord, bring that judgment down, man. I'm going to have a field day, through the spirit of power, Yahweh Shema Hawashar, when this judgment hit this place, man. All right. All right, moving on. Couple more. 6, 7. Yep. Let's go to Proverbs 14 and verse 18. Hey, the simple inherit folly, but the prudent are crowned with knowledge. And man, hey, the prudent being the Lord's hopeful elect, man. Hey, we have a certain wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, knowledge that the world is ending. All right, that this man Esau Edom that is ruling, his time of ruling and wickedness is coming to a screeching halt. All right, and the Lord say the simple inherit folly. Again, foolishness. That word folly goes into. All right, the simple. All right, the Lord, what's that word? Sadish. All right, the Lord calls the children of Israel 1/3, 2/3 of the nation of Israel, sadish children going into stupid. All right, they're simple and they inherit folly, so all they care about is having a good time, man, playing, all right, eating, drinking. And I'm gonna bring that out. First and foremost, let me say this, all right, the Lord gave us music and food and strong drink for a reason. All right, it's not unlawful to indulge in these things, man. Let me see. Is it Ecclesiastes or Ecclesiastes? I think it's Ecclesiastes. Ecclesiastes 8 and 15. Yep. Ecclesiastes chapter 8 and verse 15. Then I commanded mirth, because a man have no better thing under the sun. All right. Now check it out. Than to eat and to drink and to be merry, for that shall abide in him of his labor the days of his life, which Yahweh will give him under the sun. So again, this is lawful, man. You work hard, all right? We're in our captivity. We got to be on these plantations. We work, and all we want to do is enjoy, drink, all right, good food, and be married. That goes into every aspect of it. Enjoying your children, enjoying women, enjoying other Israelites, singing and dancing. That's nothing wrong with that, man. But again, going back to my favorite precept, Ecclesiastes chapter 3, all right, starting at verse 1 through 6. It's a time and place for that shit. All right, Jacob, it's over with. All right, you're going to have to take the low so we can obtain the high. And that high is going to be, of course, Malak Yahushua coming to save us. All right, blessing us with those new bodies that won't go off, can't decay, and none of that. And then we can enjoy, food, drink, and be merry all the days of our lives. We can have the streets filled with Israelites singing and dancing, but you ain't got to worry about, our women being whores, and you ain't got to worry about the men being whoremongers, man. All right, just wanted to make that point. Like, we ain't against having a good time. Matter of fact, we want the Lord's hopeful elect want to have a good time much more than 2/3 that we're willing to, through the Spirit, sacrifice our lives, man. All right. And you know, let me go. Yo, Ecclesiastes. Let's go to chapter 7 and verse 2, right? I think. Yes. In relation to that, it is better to go to the house of mourning than to go to the house of feasting, for that is the end of all men, and the living will lay it to his heart, man. So a lot of our people, 2/3, they're in that house of feasting in every single way, man. The Lord said in the last days, man, people will be, eating, drinking, and giving in marriage, man. So we see that. Hey, people are some of our people, they prospering, especially in the industry. And they're doing all that while the Lord's hopeful elect. Guess what? We're in that house of mourning. We're crying out. We're not happy. We don't love our lives unto death. We are crying to Yahweh Hashem and Yahushua to deliver us out of this place. Why? Because we're in the house of mourning. We see these things, man. Hey, wisdom driveth a wise man mad, man. We're going, crazy, for lack of better words, because of the wickedness of our people and the oppression of Esau, Edom, and the rest of these heathen nations, man, that have had us in captivity. All right, we stressed out, like, through the spirit. We stressed out. All right, and it's just time to go, man. And let me see, was that it? 8, 9. Yep. Yep. And that I'll leave it at that. That's the point. It is better to go to the house of mourning than to the house of feasting. And that's in relation to moving to Atlanta, trying to be an actor, trying to be an actress, trying to be a rapper. All right. Trying to be a CEO, an entrepreneur, and all that stuff that's going on in Atlanta, because all that stuff is running rampant. And you got to take the low, man, so you can attain the high. Plain and simple, man. Atlanta is not your rest. Babylon the Great is not your rest, man. Hey, and again, they know LA not your rest, because people getting up out of there, man. And a spotlight is on that place to show you just how it's falling apart. There's so many, articles and people doing videos about how shitty, LA is right now. And it's crazy. You see, New York the same way. It's oh my goodness. It's a mess in the so-called Big Apple, and that's supposed to be, the Mecca of Babylon the Great. New York and LA, these are supposed to be the Mecca of what Babylon the Great is, and everybody can see New York. Oh man, how the mighty have fallen. That place looks, with the migrants up in there too. Oh man, you just wait. That migrant stuff is gonna get out of hand up in New York for sure. But I'm gonna leave it at that. No need to make it longer than it need to be. Hey, call halal Yahweh Shema Hawashai. Hey, Jacob. Atlanta is not your rest, man. All right. And I'm telling y'all, through the spirit, it's gonna be a great judgment that happen in the big ATL, man. So with that, I want to give all praises, honor, glory, and fear to Yahweh by Hashem, Yahweh Shah. Till next time, Shalom.